Yeah, see, that last one got cut off because there's so much wrong with this uh, clusterfuck of words and eviscerated language, between the pages that I, I, I couldn't even get it all out in 10 minutes. But to give you yet another example of the detritus that I deal with, they go into homophones and homonyms. Now, these words are not interchangeable. Homophones and homonyms are not interchangeable any more than infer and imply are interchangeable. They're not interchangeable any more than explicit and implicit are interchangeable. They simply aren't interchangeable. A homophone is a word that sounds the same. Phone sounds, homo, same. Sounds the same as another word. Okay, that's it. It sounds the same as another word. A homonym is spelled the same as another word. Okay? Homophones, there, and there. Two, and two. Gene and gene. Okay? Homonyms, resume and resume. Lead and led. Read and read are homonyms. Okay? And yet, when you go later on into the book, it interchanges the two words, thus, further confusing the students in my charge and farther making my job difficult, as if it isn't already. And I know I bitch and piss and moan and complain about it, but you know what? I love it. I love my job. But I'm beginning to see myself not only as a teacher, but as a cleanup crew, as a clusterfuck unraveler, if you will. And just mentally, I am perpetually untangling Christmas lights here. You people out there listening, you gotta help me. You know your shit. If you don't know your shit, ask. Oh, for fuck's sake, ask questions. And this is for anybody out there. Any of you that happen to be in school, any of you that are have decided you're going to be going to school. If you don't know, ask. Okay? And listen, don't ever let anybody tell you there's no such thing as a stupid question, because you know what the fact is? Yes, there is. There is such a thing as a stupid question. Okay? There are a lot of stupid fucking questions. A lot of stupid questions. I had 3 people today ask me, what'd you do to your hair? What does it look like I did to my hair? What do you mean, what did you do to it? Is that the question you want to ask? No, it's a stupid fucking question. What did you do to your hair? Just as an example. But if you don't know, for the purposes of your own enrichment, ask. If you think you know but you're not sure, ask. Okay? If you may know, if you're relatively certain, if you're reasonably sure, fucking ask. Ask the question. Because you know what's going to happen. If you don't ask and you're wrong, you're going to get it wrong on a test. You're going to get it wrong on an assignment. You're going to get it wrong when the question is asked of you. And then, who's going to look like the asshole? It's not going to be me, because I was prepared to offer you an answer had you asked. You see? It's logic, people. It's fucking simple logic. Okay? It's called accountability. You're at an age now where if you're in a post-secondary environment, you're at an age now where you are an adult. Unless, of course, you're Doogie fucking Howser. You're an adult in a post-secondary environment. You're responsible for your own actions. Or at least you ought to be responsible for your own actions. Ergo, you are responsible for your own success. The degree to which you reach success, I should say. Everybody is going to be inevitably successful at something. Even if you are an utter failure, even if you are a total and complete fuck up, you're successful at being a total and complete fuck up. So you're successful at something. It may not be the thing that you wanted to be successful at, but you're successful at it. You know, there are people out there that are very successful mooches and couch pets and, you know, idiots. They're very successful idiots. But in order to be successful in a viable and gainful sense, in order to enrich yourself, which is ultimately the goal of a post-secondary education, ask the fucking question. I would rather you ask the question and me have to go, okay, you should really know that, and make it look like I'm thinking about an answer and then answering you. I would much rather do that than have you not ask the question and get it wrong, and then you go to my supervisor and get all pissed off. Well, such and such didn't explain this, and blah, 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 blah. You know why I didn't explain it? Because when I said, and I do say repeatedly, when I said, does anybody have any questions? Is everybody clear on this concept? Is everybody clear on what is to be expected? Nobody opened their fucking mouth. If you're not clear, and I ask, is everybody clear? Say, no, I'm sorry, can you clarify? That's all you have to do. I'm sorry, no, I'm not quite sure what it is that you need. Let me make certain that I am doing what it is you want me to do in order to pass this class. That's all. Have some fucking accountability for yourself. Okay? You got people in a post-secondary environment who have kids of their own, and that's a scary enough thought. And, you know, if you're assuming an adult role at home, and you're pursuing an education to further yourself in a business environment, then you ought to do that with the same dedication that you would work. You're going to school to get a better job. Ergo, this time you're spending in school is your job. Period. I'm going to finish my cigarette, and I'm going to shut this off because I can see the vein popping out of my head, which seems to be a kind of byproduct of shaving it. But that tells me my blood pressure's rising, and I don't want to